A popular fish in Colorado, walleye can be found in many locations throughout the state, but that wasn't always the case. Recently, WFN News was able to tag along as Colorado Division of Wildlife officials work on creating more fishing opportunities for walleye anglers throughout the U.S.
I'm Jim Melby with the Division of Wildlife. I'm an area biologist, area aquatic biologist with the Division of Wildlife, and today we're out on Pueblo Reservoir in the process of spawning walleyes, taking walleye eggs to meet the needs for the state of Colorado. It usually starts about mid-March and runs through early April. We about have to put these gill nets out and cover a lot of ground. About 2.5 miles of net every day, 2 crews. We have our volunteers that work through our volunteer program. We have our walleye groupie guys that they're here every day just like us. They don't miss a day. This is what they do, and they love walleyes, and they're here all the time. So, if we weren't to do this spawn, we would probably only have walleyes in a select few lakes that are suitable to do some natural recruitment. Most of the lakes that we're stocking these in aren't suitable to do their own natural recruitment. We probably have 75 lakes in Colorado that do have walleye in them. There's probably 20 or 30 lakes that are really good walleye fisheries. As soon as we hit the boathouse with the fish, the first item of business at that point is get the net tubs off the boat so we've got some room to work. We open up the fish tank and start sorting those fish. They'll either be a male, there'll be a ripe female, which means they're ready to spawn, and they'll go in the ripe female tank, or a green female, which will go in a holding tank for hopefully ripening up in the next couple of days. As you're videoing today, you'll see that the first item of business is to strip the eggs out of the ripe female into a dry pan. And you want to do it in a dry pan because nothing happens with that egg until water's added. That egg is just basically the same as if it's in the ovary as long as there's no water on it. Once that's done, then they'll strip the mild out of the males in on top of the eggs. Same deal, nothing happens until there's water on it. Then they'll pass that tub to one of the first guys on the stirring line. Those guys will add about 1 gallon of water to the mix and start stirring it with a goose feather just for gentleness. At that point in time, the water will activate the milk and it'll activate the egg. The sperm will start swimming, and hopefully we get one sperm swimming through the micropyle of each egg, which concludes fertilization. 22 years ago, we worked off the beach on the South Shore, and we drove fence posts in the ground and put elk panels and tarps over them and worked out of a makeshift shed. Everybody's looking for a better solution to get mainly the same goal, to get higher fertilization out of the eggs, make better use out of the eggs we have. So in the old days, a lot of hatch percentages of 40, 50%. Now we're getting up there 70, 75, 80%. So it's more than small gains. I mean, we probably come up 30%, and that's a major deal.
This year we're going to need about 95 million walleye eggs. Out of that, we're going to take maybe 25 to 27 million of those will be saugeye. A lot of those eggs, both saugeye and walleye, will be used in this state and then traded to other states. We trade other states for stuff that we can't make here, we don't have the fish for. We'll trade them out of those fish. So we do these trades all the time. Texas, for instance, we get around 4 million to 4.5 million wiper fry from them. And they need a lot of walleye. So they don't make the walleye like we do up here. So we'll trade out 5 million walleye eggs to get those wipers. And the bottom line out there is not only just the states and the people who work for the states, it's the angler. We're out there trying to satisfy all the needs that we have, and that's a big chore. But that's our first and foremost. We've got a protection of that resource, plus we have an obligation to our angler public out there that we're going to do a good job, the best job we can to make that happen for all of our states. And again, to keep the disease issues down the best we can, because it's a really hard thing to do with you got all these waters in all these states, all the disease issues that we have, it takes a lot to stay on top of that.